Oh, it's time. It's time for another one. Boys, dudes, what is up? So today we have, surprisingly, a Nissan Versa, but we're doing ceramic. No windshield though. All the sides and the back. It's I'm impressed. Don't typically think the Nissan Versa is gonna get ceramic, but then that's why you show a heat box to everybody. Take the time to mention all the films to everybody because you never know who is going to get ceramic. Detailed Devil, that guy Chris, Lionel, what is going on? Some people are here early. Oh, I guess it's not that early. It's past 1 right now. You guys are first. Cameron, what's up? Yeah, so the only thing that I'm genuinely concerned about with something like this. Everything on it's easy except the little quarter windows here. Like those, the back ones will be easier. The front ones, especially, they might take a few tries. Hopefully not. It's 10:30 a.m. for me. I'd still be in bed. Today was a bit of a weird day too. So. I didn't realize that the first appointment was somehow scheduled at 9 o'clock this morning. It was like full RAM with the windshield. So then I typically open at 10. So then I get a call, like, where should I park? And I'm like, it's early. You're early. He's like, I had a 9 o'clock. And I looked, I was like, you have a 9 o'clock. And we did full carbon on that one. I'm like, I am so sorry. I don't know how that happened. No worries. We'll get it out. So everything was okay, though. Fronts will be a challenge? Yes. Yes, they will. The roll downs? Easy peasy. All the easy peasy about this car they make up for with the frustrating quarter windows. So I think we're going to get started here. Looks like everything's all set. The only thing is I forgot to charge my microphone again. So the mic's going to be just a little bit different than it normally is, but should be okay. And everything else should be good to go. So hopefully it'll charge up pretty quickly, and then it's only a matter of charging. I don't know how fast the battery charges. What's the clear film you put on the doors to protect them from getting wet? Carpet shield. That stuff. Dropped a link in chat for you. Matt and his batteries. You know what? I try real hard here. And then every once in a while, there's just so many things. So I have to like lock up, I have to turn some lights off, I have to make sure everything's all set, and then I have to remember things that I have to bring home, and then I have to remember to charge all the batteries. And most of that have its own spot. But this little dinky thingy, this just sits right up here, and sometimes it just gets buried, so I forget to plug it in. They do have a new one with 2 modules that I've been thinking about getting. The problem is that it's $300, and I already have a good mic. But when I forget to charge it, so maybe I could get another transmitter, but I don't know if I want to shell out $300 just to maybe solve a potential battery issue. So, but when it hurts, it hurts. Okay, so let's do a quick test. Test. All right. Something like that. How's that? Is that good for you guys? Microphone. Christmas is around the corner. You can add it to your. I gotta redo the showroom, and I gotta do some other stuff here, and then I bought fog machines, and Do you have to get a DMV license to work on cars in Michigan? I don't even know what that really would mean, a DMV license. You should get a business license, but there's nothing I had to do with the DMV. I hear you twice. Because if it's not one thing, it's another. My bad. Should be... I think it's that one. Okay. Yeah, it was the other mic. I have to mute one mic and I have to turn it on. So it actually does get power. It's just plugged in right now, so I'm waiting for the battery to charge on it. Okay. Cool, thank you for that. So, we gotta do 20%, 5%, 5%. And everything about this is very straightforward regarding the main pieces, the ones that you would normally have questions about. Back window, easy peasy. Doors, easy peasy. Except these. Why do you do this? So these have rubber gaskets. Honda's pretty known for this. Subaru's pretty known for this. Some Toyotas. There's just no dot matrix or there's no dot matrix or ceramic border. It's annoying. So you try and exact cut them, maybe tuck them in a little bit. A lot of dirt and stuff can get in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretty much do everything else, get it out of the way, and then I'm going to worry about those. How do you like the Irish Spring? You can rub it on your hands like washing your hands and rub it on the window. You know, I also have like a weird one. I didn't realize Moisture Blast meant I just bought a bar of Irish Spring. So I think this stuff is a little bit different, but this stuff is very sticky. We haven't tried it again. We will though. It was fine. It worked fine. It was just sticky. I ruined the blue side of the hybrid in a week. Did you see my little squeegee trim video? Should get one of these. Get this or a straight edge. I actually just did a thumbnail this morning. But basically, you put your squeegee blade in this guy and then shing, get yourself a fresh blade. I didn't want to ruin this one anymore, so that was for a thumbnail. So I've been doing it on this one though. See, I got the same type of blade and I nicked it. So I wanted a way to reliably trim it. And you can see here, we're already down a little bit from where we were. So this is what it looked like new. We've done it probably about 3, maybe 4 times. That's what it looks like right now. But it's a way to keep it going stronger. All right, so let's, I was getting ready to wash the windows. I guess I should roll them all down and we gotta tape them. It's push button's not there. That's okay. Key. So yeah. Okay. No. So everything else about this car should be very straightforward. Just, I'm running out of tape. I don't even know if I got enough tape for this. I hope so. Did you figure out the flipped ends when you're cutting it? Nope. I tried a suggestion. It didn't seem to do anything, like just putting a slight trim before you do it. They're real slight though, so you could like knock them off after the fact. But being that they're right on the end too, it's not leaving streaks behind. I flipped it around to the other side. There's definitely a hardness difference. You are Must be I don't know. I can't tell a difference. So I will take your word that there definitely is a difference. I figured there was. It's just I don't know. It's kind of seemed the same to me. I can see the color difference. So I guess there's that. Have you ever tinted a Veloster? Yes. Yes, I have. Can't really double cut that one, can ya? Funky, funky weird windows. The blue edge is stiffer for sure. That's what they say. It's definitely what they say. I don't know. They both kind of just... I like both of them, but maybe it's like because of that lip there, and now most of mine's gone. I don't know. I like both. Both sides are great. But yeah, if you nick one side, you can flip it around to the other, but then you're going to nick the other side too, so... What tape are you using? Lowe's tape. This is, I don't think they even call it sheathing tape, but this is definitely from Lowe's. You can find it, you won't find it in like the painters section. You go all the way to where all the like plywood boards and construction stuff is, and then it was like kind of in an obscure section. But at least that was at the Lowe's that I went to. Home Depot should have one as well. But basically you're just looking for home sheathing tape. Looks like we got just enough for this. Cool. I woke up early. I didn't realize I woke up early to be a little bit sooner to an appointment that I didn't know I had. But I woke up early to go get some more because I was going to do it yesterday, and then we ended up doing other stuff and I half forgot, so I was going to make it a point to do it this morning in time for today, and then I get a phone call asking where to park. I'm not at the shop. Apparently I had a 9 o'clock appointment. Yay! I didn't know. We open at 10. Didn't know that was at 9. Lowe's does tinting. Yes, they do. They're one of the best places to get tinting supplies, like carpet shield and tape. Go figure. And heat guns, too, for that matter. You have a million blades, you could just grab one for the box. True, but you see, the thing is... Whoa! They're so new.
Dean Petrozevic super chatted $5.87. Oh mighty tint god. Good morning. I was going to go to bed, then realized you are streaming.
Wow.
Awake now, lol.
Dean with an 8. Good morning. I was going to go to bed, then realized you were streaming. Awake now. Well, don't let me keep you awake. Thank you so much for the 8. Oh, hey, for those that ask a bunch of times, I think not this coming week, but the week after, I'm pretty sure Glass 8's going to be back in stock. So I will have notifications galore about it, so don't worry about missing it or anything. Plus, I'll mention it a lot on stream. But so the wait is almost over. I'm going to have a lot of work to do. What would you say the ideal temperature for tinting? I'm in Arizona. Just whatever's comfortable for you. Hot, humid weather. Or Arizona, I guess you got more dry weather out there, huh? Yeah, that's not super fun. Well, hot weather. Dry weather is kind of nice, because then you don't have a blanket of humidity. '70s is probably nice. Like, the most ideal for me. But, I mean, sometimes you don't have the luxury of having an air-conditioned garage. This one's like half air-conditioned. It still gets hot back here, but I have good air conditioning up front, and I just leave the doors open so it kind of spills back here. Yeah, I know Texas for sure. Went down there in, what was it, January? No, July. This should go on the other side. Yikes. Yeah, I went there July, and yeah, that was not super fun. Every time you walk outside, you're just like, okay, I'm done. It cooled off pretty well in like the later evening, and then 10 billion mosquitoes came out, so there was also that. I still want to move to a nicer climate. I'm over winter, but I'm like slightly more settled here. Mentally, I guess. As long as, I don't know. Yeah. There's reasons to stay. Mostly like that's where everything is, and family and stuff, so that's cool. I was wondering if Sun Distributing ships tint to Australia. They probably would. I know shipping would probably be rather expensive and take a while. There should be... I'd imagine they might be able to refer you to a couple distributors out there, though. But for tools, they definitely do. But yeah, international, no matter how you cut it, big items, it's expensive. When you come to Michigan and you train me? Oh, are we talking about that again? Dang it. I was supposed to do something about that, and I haven't done anything about that. Probably come this fall, we'll probably have something set up. I mean, I've been like half waiting for a slowdown, and like we've had a couple of instances where it's like, okay, definitely looks like things are grinding down a little bit. Uh-oh, it's gonna blow up. The bomb has been ignited. Diffused. Delay for another 5 minutes. But yeah, we still haven't done it. Is he gonna answer? Or do I get it? Hello, Tint Studio, how can I help you?
Oh yeah, I was seeing if I could come in and get 2 windows tinted. I just need my driver and my passenger window tinted.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm completely booked up for the rest of the day.
Are you open? Are you available tomorrow or no?
No, we're closed on Sundays. I think I'm booked up till like Wednesday right now.
Okay.
Sorry.
How much it cost you to have a
The Just the front doors on what kind of vehicle?
Audi. Okay, we just 20% factory. I just want the max.
Oh, okay. It would start at $100 for the front too.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Available next Saturday?
Yeah, I can check for you. Just hang on one second. Yeah, it's just taking me a minute to pull up my calendar here. Saturday the 28th. Yeah, looks like I could get you in the morning.
Yeah, what time?
I could get you in at 10.
Okay, cool. My name Mark.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna text you a link to a
Daniel Rain super chatted $19.99.
Okay.
Master
Cool.
Matt.
So we take a $40
Kumu
deposit.
Starpo.
That deposit is just to ensure that the spot is held, and it goes right towards the balance of the job. So it'd be $40 today, and then $60 out the door next Saturday at 10 o'clock. Yep. Alrighty, I'll get that info texted right over to you, and once I get that deposit, we'll be all set for next Saturday.
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty, no problem. Bye. Did it not work? Daniel Reyna with a 20. Thank you. I was expecting this to happen. Woo! Master Matt Kumastapo. How you doing, bud? So let me, 1 second. I gotta do this too. Ta-da. So is that copy? Is an Audi like Q something? I thought it was Infinity that does the Qs. Nice. All right. So that was this guy. Here is. There we go. It's been a minute. What's Infinities then? I get those a little bit mixed up. I do more Audis. I just totally spaced out. All right, we're gonna get back to this one. That's sent to him. So if I get a deposit, cool, then he'll be booked. If I don't get a deposit, then no book. I was put in a weird spot too, because I literally picked up this roll to put on the doors, and then next thing I know, he's calling, but I have to use my watch. So I'm like, I know Infinity is a fancy Nissan. But I get them all mixed up a little bit. When they do numbers, I'm like, I'm good on BMW, I'm good on Mercedes. You think he'll shop around to have it done sooner? You know, I was going to say that about 5 times. And then it just kept going into next Saturday. So some people just don't have the week, and they're willing to wait. They just, like, you know, he probably was just like, I want to get that done, and then started calling around to see if anybody could get him in today, but he can't get in during the week, so we'll see. We'll definitely see. I have a couple things in mind to have a little fun with phone calls for the stream. Right now we're doing everything on the watch, but I might be able to set it up so you guys can hear it a little better on the computer, but we might have to do like a voice changer too. I'm not sure. Just playing around with some ideas. Because that's a really cool thing actually, to be able to hear phone calls. I don't care. I'm still getting used to them. I've been doing it for like a year now, but I don't have any former sales training either, so I'm just kind of like, I don't know, figuring it out as I go. This is adding 2 layers, add double heat rejection. Probably not. There's probably diminishing returns there. I mean, what I might guess happens is 75% and then 75% of that, or less, probably less. But when you're spending, I don't know. I don't want to speak for people. I was going to say, when you're spending $450, you might not want to spend another $450 with a double layer of it. But I don't know. Some of you guys are crazy. I mean, you guys are watching a tint channel, so I guess there's that. Edges are bubbling up on the side. Should I redo? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, unless you're happy with that. So usually, it's speckles from a dirty install. What was that? I've got a Volkswagen Scirocco in for the front and rear and entry-level femme using your technique, and it's going great. Hell yeah, that's awesome. I was gonna say, if you're asking me any specifics about that car, we don't have those here, so I'm glad to hear that it's going well. Kia Telluride, anything special before tinting it? Not that I am aware of. Should be pretty straightforward. They're just a little funny on the way they do the door seals. Like, the seals are fine. Just you look at the outside and they'll look kind of curved, and then on the inside they're more straightened out. So you kind of follow, like, you cut the straight areas and then you put it aside, and then just don't follow the curves as much. But I don't have one here to really show you. a little bit of connect the dots. But yeah, everything should be relatively straightforward on it. I don't think I've done a full one though. No coating on the glass? I don't know. Look at it. It's not here. I don't know. They don't even do that on all, like, people say Lexus and Toyota, and I don't know. Like, yeah, they're starting to do coatings, but they do it on some, and they don't do it on other ones. So you don't really know until you have it in front of you, or unless it's a particular model type that happens to have all of it. But I would still, like, wait till I get it, and then you can look at it. But yeah, it's like the whole coatings thing is like, I think it's, yeah, it's watch out for it, but more often than not, you're probably not going to see it very much yet. Started watching you because you were using a plotter. We're going the plotter route. Do you not use a plotter? I have a couple of old videos on plotters. The shop that I used to tint for, was higher production, so we used it. Your description says 20 and 5% wear on here. But yeah, I don't typically use a plotter. What was I was coming over here for something. Oh yeah, the window locks. No, just to turn it back on because I don't know if there's a special trick to these ones. Because that's not fun. Because on GMs, you hold the button down for like 5 seconds, it'll go ding, 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 stop, and then everything will kick on. These ones, I press the button one time, everything kicks on, but then turns off. So this one's a little funny. This one is like curving down a lot, actually. See that? So you wouldn't want to go straight across. You gotta like over around it. We might even be slightly too far over too. Maybe slightly. I don't know. We did a generous amount. Same thing for up here. That kind of rolls down really fast. So we're just gonna mark it. Thank you so much for your videos. I have learned a lot from you, and I have my own business from Panama. Nice. Dude, that's awesome. Congrats. That always makes me happy whenever somebody gets to start their own business. It's one reason I keep doing window tinting, even though I have fun with like tech and stuff. I have fun with tech through this channel because I guess I like it to have a purpose more than not. But it's always fun to know that you can legitimately watch and then and start your own business that way. If you're not sure what you want to do, you think this looks pretty cool, you want something that makes a good income and is relatively sustainable, tinting still is pretty strong. One of these days we'll all get cut out by cars on monthly subscriptions or something. But hey, in the meantime, enjoy it. Or self-driving cars. Self-driving cars underneath some sort of company overlord. And then next thing you know, we're probably all out of business unless you have that contract. But hey. I think it's a little ways off. I think you're okay for right now. We'll figure out a new career together. We'll be like, hey, this seems pretty cool. And be like, all right, cool. Let's all do that. Do you offer one-on-one training? I'm probably gonna have a class. I just don't have one yet. Because those 2 days a week, now I have them here, and then things happen like, I guess I'm gonna start working on redoing the showroom, but like that all takes time. So then when do I do a class? All right, guys, welcome to the class. We're all gonna scrape carpet. Let's go. It'll probably happen though, and then the showroom will never get done. I don't know. It's when I try and do things the way that I've always done them. We start just paying entities to do them because I run out of time. How is it to go from working for a shop to having your own? It's gone well. It's not that it hasn't had its little struggles and scares and stuff, because it definitely has. But overall, I'm very happy with the decision. So, some people just go head first. Just like, I quit, I'm doing all tinting all the time. I always keep one foot in one door and one in another, and then just kind of like skip into the next thing. So I was working in a shop, then I decided to go sign on and do mobile with a company, and then I was making good money doing that, but I was always running around and stuff. Wanted to get back into the video portion of things, and that wasn't going to happen. So what I had to do was then take a couple of days off of that and kind of facilitate a way to do the videos, and then, you know, gradually work my way into here. But I kind of went from doing like totally mobile to then whittling that down to like stuff at home, and then still doing mobile. So my mobile stuff was for other companies, so I wasn't building my own name, my own business. And that's a big problem, actually. It makes good money, but when you go to build your own business, all of a sudden you don't have anybody that knows you. You're just a new tint shop. So that all takes time to generate a reputation and stuff. I'm having a hard time leaving my day job and going all in on our shop. Well, that's kind of what I'm getting to. The way to make it, I think it's still going to be kind of stressful and scary no matter what. And when I was going to leave a deposit on this place, I had to leave 3 months down. Basically, first month up front and 2 as a security deposit. So that was like, I don't know, near $8,000. A little bit scary when you're just like, I don't even want to run this place as a full tint business. I want to stream, bro. It's gonna do it again, isn't it? It's a warning. So, finding a way to generate your own, like, clients, and then just kind of, like, skip into it, like, you'll know when one is so busy, it starts pulling you away from doing the other thing, and then all of a sudden you won't care about the other thing as much. That's kind of when I knew, because when I opened up this place, like this actual facility, not just Detroit Tint Studio, I was still mobile 2 days out of the week. So Tuesdays and Fridays, I was still making good money at the glass shop, and then here wasn't always busy. So I always had that to kind of rely on. And then springtime hit, we were busier than ever, and then it starts pulling you away from being able to do that then, because now you're like, okay, instead of like filling the other days, now I'm having to put off people weeks before I can get them in for an appointment. Those are ones that I could have lined up for Tuesdays and Fridays. So then it transitions, hopefully, from being a benefit to missed opportunities. Because every one of those clients that I couldn't get in was a missed opportunity at that point. You know, you make more money. You have your overhead that you still have to pay at your own shop. When I'm out and about, that's not making money for here anymore. So I'm not usually one to just like go all guns blazing, jump into something risky and that way. I'll definitely do some stuff that way, but there's usually like enough of a like, okay, this should work out. If not, I still have this income here, or I still have some savings here, so it's way less stressful overall. But yeah, doing that whole changeover was definitely like, all right, here we go. And I was coming from shops that were only selling one film, and then I'm like, should be selling carbon and ceramic and like doing all these other little things too. And then, you know, most of my initial customers were all like color stable, and it's like, ah, shit. Then we I don't know, we kept at it. A year later, there you go. We're actually doing, this one is a ceramic, the one before it was a carbon, and carbon and ceramic jobs are now outshining my standard, which is just, it's great. But it was definitely work to get here. Is my chat messed up, or is everybody like dumb quiet right now? Hang on. If it is, I gotta double check it, but I'm gonna get this one mostly stuck. Okay, cool. It is working. Yeah, you guys are just dumb quiet right now. Are tinting bubbles normal? No, you shouldn't have. Okay, what you will have are like little water pockets, but if you see white specks on the outside, that is not okay. You'll definitely have water pockets, but not air bubbles. What do you do with dry hands from tinting all the time? I don't know. We can figure it out. Some people, they wear gloves when they tint. That's a good practice. Then you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, I don't have a solution for you. I go to try and, oh my god. That was unexpected. Thank you for the super chat. My alerts are a little screwy on my headset, so I can't hear everything yet. So 1 second. But thank you. We're here. We're just working.
We're just in awe of the skills of yours, master.
There was like one time I thought everybody was being quiet, and then it was just, there was a disconnect. So I was also making sure everything worked. There we go. That went well. Would you be more likely to get trash and tint with gloves on? No, I don't think so. It's just kind of hard to feel the tint. When I try and when I go to a grocery store and then the bags stick together and then you have to do this. Ugh, horrible. Can you tint a slightly curved front window without a heat gun? Yeah, you can tint them without a heat gun, but if you have things that pop up on the inside, then you know you need a heat gun. So it's only one way to find out, really, and let's just do it. Usually the answer is to just get a heat gun. They're like, you can get like one of the best heat guns for like 20 bucks. Just get it. You'll find something else to do with it. Tips on tinting a back window, like cutting it. Daniel Reyna. Sorry, bud. Daniel Reyna with a 5. We're just in awe of the skills of yours, master. Good God, man. Thank you for the 5. Yeah, no. Yeah, go if you're gonna look, if you're gonna tint windows, just get a heat gun. Get the bare minimum to tint windows, or else you're just kind of, there's a good chance you're just tossing money away at that point. I mean, you still might be by trying to tint your own windows, but at least you're gonna have everything to do it right. Has the guy paid his deposit? I don't know. I haven't checked. He'll leave it on Friday night. Friday night at like midnight. And then I'm going to forget that it's a set of doors. It's, you know what's kind of annoying? So it's when you're trying to book things with a significant amount of space in between, so you can maybe have the opportunity to also broadcast it, and then you have somebody call for a set of doors, it kind of screws up the whole schedule. So I want to actually accommodate just somebody with 2 doors, because there's also people that have gotten full cars here that just want front doors tinted, and it's like, oh yeah, it's no big deal, it's just a set of doors, right? Well, then when I block off 3 hours worth of time to do this, and then I have the opportunity to pull in a regular car too, but then I get somebody that calls with a set of doors, I don't really I don't want to come in earlier. So I'm just like, we already booked the afternoon, then it's a matter of like, I don't know where to put them. It's fun. I'm actually surprised with how many like front doors and full windshields. We really don't get very many front doors here. I think I kind of know why that is. I think most of those front doors are getting serviced from lots of existing shops, and to them I thank them. And then when they can't get in a full car, they call me. That's where we've gotten some extra work from. Pre-cuts for a one-time job? Yeah, you'd be okay with it for the most part. So it takes the hand cutting portion out of it. The only part that sucks is not being able to, like, you don't have extra film. So if you mess up like a driver's door pretty badly and you rip it off, then you don't have an extra one. But you will have an overall easier time just trying to get your own car tinted by going with a kit. Some people can do it. And some people aren't super picky either. They're just like, yeah, I'm just going to do the best I can. So get some pre-cuts, just have some fun. Get it done. Don't expect the world out of it. You'll be okay. Beep beep. Shutting down. '68 Camaro. 36 should be fine. Like you could use like something like a 20 for the doors, or split a 36 in half for the doors, and then 36 should cover up the back. Although don't have an exact picture in my mind of what that car is. 68 Camaro. Sounds like it definitely fit. Do you take the deposits through TintWiz? No, I don't think they've added deposits yet, but as soon as they do, you bet I'll be there collecting deposits from all of them through TintWiz. It's be so awesome. You guys have no idea. Well, maybe some idea. Those of you that use it will have some idea. But, so here's the disconnect. It'll automate everything. It'll be so great. So, when I take a deposit, I'll walk you through this real quick. Just kind of show you a blur of how this all works. So if I go to TintWiz, and I go to my app, I don't typically put everything on the TintWiz calendar. I want to, but I actually use the Wix calendar because if you go to Tint Studio, what? Really? Wow, that's terrible. I'll do the .com. All right, so you go to leave a deposit, and then this is all you see, right? You click book now, but you got to contact me before leaving a deposit. And then everything kind of looks open for the most part, but it's not. So we talk about a time and a date. Let's say you picked Wednesday at 10 a.m. Oh, maybe we should take the 9 a.m. as a possibility out. So you pick that. You go to next, and then real simple, name, email, you can add your phone number, and then you pay for it, right? So then I link that up through an app called Zapier, so when somebody leaves a deposit, it then adds their contact deals in the list of my contacts. So I don't want to like do that for everybody, but like once their contact deals are in TintWiz, then I have like my invoices, and then that's how I handle everything through TintWiz. So they're mostly linked up, but they're not quite there. So what I miss is what car is getting worked on. I want all this to be like, when they put in what kind of car that they have, I want it to like pop up in TintWiz. But basically, here's how it's gonna go. Hi, how can I help you? Okay, cool. We'll do your fusion on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Then you text them a TintWiz deposit link. They go, they leave a deposit, and then boom, it automatically schedules it, takes the deposit on TintWiz, and then we'll have all their contact deals and the car and the time that it's getting done. And I won't have to touch a computer. Literally, all of it's going to happen while I'm streaming. It'll be fantastic. Because when I'm like trying to tint a car, and I have somebody like that wants to book an appointment, and if I have to like type something out and send it to them, like that's okay. But when you have to like, if you're taking deposits, if you have to like fill out what kind of car, this, that, blah, 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 blah. No, you already talked about it with them. Then you just put all the, like, they'll go to the site, they'll put in all their contact deals. You didn't have to type down a diggity dang thing. You just keep on working. So it's like kind of set up that way. So the guy that we talked to earlier said he was going to book for Saturday at 10 a.m. I didn't take his name. I know the car that it was. Okay, it's this. It'll be this much. Cool. So all then I have to do is put it in his hands to go leave a deposit. And then if he doesn't leave a deposit, I don't have an appointment. If he does, now I have his contact details for the appointment that's coming up. Yay! And this whole time, all I had to do was look at my schedule. So that's pretty great. I just want to make it simpler because there's all those little tedious steps. And as much as I love TintWiz for the proposals and invoicing, I just found a more convenient way to at least get things on the schedule. So as soon as they add depositing, it'll probably integrate with their scheduling and then off to the races. Does your space have an office/break room? It's got the upfront area, but it doesn't have like a kitchen area, no. It's got like the big old waiting area, and then we have like a messed up closet area back there, and then the bathroom's all the way back there. What's your reason for not liking a company that makes... Oh. Yeah, it's kind of two-faced people, that's all. There was like... This goes into like dumb drama stuff that is just like WTF. There was, most people have forgotten about this and it doesn't really matter anymore. But I remember. There's a bunch of like Facebook groups. I'll say a little bit on it, but I appreciate that that's all you wanted to hear. That's cool. There was like, I'm not really gonna mention many specifics, but just like, there's a bunch of tint Facebook groups, and then there's like admins with big heads, and there was like this admin group for all the tint groups, and it was basically just a way for some of us to like talk about situations, because there was kind of a lot of like drama and stuff happening for like whatever reason. And then they were like, one of the groups was really trying to get heavily promoted, and then they were looking to basically get a bunch of group sponsors, and then they did that by just like telling everybody to fuck off and kicked a bunch of people out, and then basically demanded payments to like get back in. And it was just like, okay, and they can go F off, and I'll go to, I just live in my own playground. Thanks. That, and they typically ghost people when they have a problem with their film. That too. Yeah. Late to the party, what did I miss? Ceramic. We're doing ceramic. That's what you missed. How often do you GeoShield restock? Just when I need it. So I'll overcompensate for the rolls that I use a lot. We're actually going to have to be putting in an order on Monday, it looks like. I've gone through a lot of carbon and ceramic. So I'm decent on a few of the ceramics, but probably going to have to reorder a lot of 5 and 20%. was gonna leave this there, but it started to peel off. What if water's creeping up in channels along the bottom of the film? It does. Here, water can go along this bottom edge, so this will stay wet. So that's why snap shrinking, making sure it's locked down, and then you got to leave it there to dry. You can roll your windows down right away, but it's advised to leave them up for a little bit, a couple of days in the summertime. Then we say up to a week in the wintertime. So, easy peasy. Doors, back window, easy peasy. Quarter windows, we'll have some fun. Just hang out. We'll have some fun. We'll talk about why they are annoying. Doing a Civic tomorrow. You know, this bottle of glass cleaner is like in the worst spot. Did a Highlander front doors the other day. Nice, very nice. I don't get many of those. Toyota's and Nissan. So we actually have a Nissan today. I just don't get very many of them. Oh, wait, no, we did. It started. Okay. How many cars will you get out of a roll of carpet shield? I actually never been asked that one. Carpet shield is the one that I get is 200 feet. I don't know. This is about like 3 feet wide. So, math. Math is on you. And then multiply that. Some people will split them up a little differently. So, you can take the piece from the front doors and move it over to the back doors. The only thing is that this lip here starts to get wet, so when you pull that up, some more water can kind of seep in. So it can make it tricky on some. It doesn't necessarily always work out that way, but I think it's a great option. It's definitely not the cheapest option to cover up door panels, but it is a very consistent one. I like that I can just go buy a couple rolls, throw it up on my walls, and then just peel it. It's fast. You just need a fast solution that generally will cover up most things and keep stuff mostly watertight. It helps when you have a tape line, though. That seems to be like the missing piece there. I just hate trying to tape plastic to like a door panel or tape a cover to a door panel. Like it gets annoying. But when you have a line of tape there or something, and then you take something sticky and you put it over it, it's just, to me, it's less frustrating and quick. And it's done. Moving on. I can't read chat because my quarter window is blurry. Beep, 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 beep. That's not annoying. I don't think there's a way to keep it on. About 16.5 cars. Thank you for math. So I hang one roll there and one roll over there. So I'll have two rolls going at the same time. So I don't know. Then yeah, about every 30 cars then or so, we have to swap out a roll. Depends on how much the carpet seal sticks to itself. Yeah, that too. You gotta pull a piece off and then it accidentally flips over on itself, and then it's just like, ah. Fun. So I didn't film a fun video this week, but I will try and have something up tomorrow. I have a couple of things that I can post. Mostly stuff that has been done on stream though, so like, hey, there's that. Trying to keep the channel pretty busy. And it's been good. It's been gaining some steam lately, so that's really nice to see for all the effort that goes into it. But see, you actually make a space available for content, and if you take advantage of it, then look, the channel's getting busy now. Yay! Good Lord, I wish I could do it from home. All right. Should we do this back window, or should we do these quarters? I think my microphone might be decently charged. Efren, how you doing, man? With the 2, Sensei.
Efren Garcia super chatted $1.99. Sensei.
Thank you. Nice to have you. Quarters. Wow. People want the quarters. All right, let me put on the better microphone here. Quarters. Everybody wants to see the quarters. I don't want to do the quarters. Quarters. Damn it. Oh, you guys. All right. I guess we got to do the quarters then. Okay. Audio's going to be weird for like a minute. Do I have water? I should get water. I needed water. Okay, 1 second and we'll get into it. I have to do my car soon. First time, kind of nervous. I'll just have fun. All right. Let me fix the audio. Hello. Hello. Okay, cool. Audio's fixed. And then I need to do one more thing here. This guy, we can then put this one back up to like here so I can hear it. Yay! Audio's fixed. For now. Are you using a different mic? No, it just didn't charge. Oops. But now it'll be like half charged. So that means it'll get through like half a car. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's this one. Yeah, this'll work. Cool. Okay, so we're probably gonna mess these up a few times. I don't know. Maybe we'll get it right the first time. But these are not gonna be super fun quarter windows to do. Especially when you have ceramic on the line. Stay. Thank you. So these ones, they have annoying rubber gaskets around the whole thing, and then that kind of pinches into the bottom. These will kind of pry back a little bit with when you get like a tool in there, but it's not the most forgiving. And then you got that rubber edge on the side too. So the whole thing is just kind of annoying. And I wish it wasn't this way, but it is. So now we have to figure out how to do them. Really, that comes down to probably cutting it as exact as you possibly can. And then crossing your fingers real hard. Maybe even cutting out a liner and cutting them out separately. That would work too. I'm just gonna cut this out exact and just kind of see how it works out. Nobody call me. We're working. I'm streaming. No, it wasn't. Okay. So, really, I'm just trying to get a good edge on most of this. I think I just messed this up, though, maybe. I don't know, we'll see. Because all the film's going to bunch up there, so you want to kind of cut like a relief point for it, and then just kind of knock it down, and then kind of fold it in on itself a little bit. All right, let's cut another piece. I know, good explanation. Cutting a liner and then cutting this separately would probably work out pretty well, honestly, because you have areas to tuck it in. My only problem with sometimes cutting out a template is when you don't have much extra space, sometimes my templates, for whatever reason, even though I think I cut them exact, I put them on the glass and then they're like oversized or something weird. I don't know. So let's just cut this one out. I folded the corner just a tad. I didn't like that. What's your take on mismatched tint shades? Oh, it's totally cool. It's really common. So just don't do anything weirder than like don't go light in the front and dark in the back. That's just be a little goofy. But yeah, like light in the front, dark in the back. It's totally cool. You see it out of the factory. It's a very normal thing. There, that went pretty well. And then trying to guess this top here. You get something close. So we know that it's going to be rounded. So we're just going to kind of eyeball this top corner. Probably want it to be a little bit shy. Trickiest part is just getting the right size pattern, because when you have the right size pattern, a lot of it will kind of fall into place, but when an edge is, you know, overlapped a little too far and butting up in a corner or something, it's just, yeah, it's not super fun. So rather than leave these like nice and pointed, I'll kind of like over round them just a little bit, because a lot of it is getting tucked up there. And then I cross my fingers real hard. How often do you snap your blades? It's just often enough. You make a handful of cuts and you snap a blade. You might be able to just listen, and you'll hear it a lot. And then you'll know. Ugh, come on. I'm over it. I don't really keep track. It just happens, so whenever it happens, it happens. So we need to clean this out a little bit, we'll remove this tape. And just kind of rinse it out as much as possible. In these situations, water is my friend. So I'll just flush everything out, and I won't even squeegee it really. I just try to free enough space to make sure whenever I have to pry this gasket back and try and tuck film in, I'm not necessarily causing any dirt to flush in. But I don't know. I remember doing a Lexus not that long ago on stream, and that didn't exactly go super well with one of these, so. Speck of water on GoPro. Oh, my bad. There, that might be a little better. So this will also tell me how much room I have to work with, because you're just kind of guessing that it's going to be really tight. And if it happens to like shift around a lot more, then you had a little bit more room to work with than you thought, and maybe you freaked yourself out and you didn't need to worry about it. And it already looks like it's actually in place. Damn. Okay. Well, that's it. That's exactly what we're looking for. Perfect. That went a little easier than I thought. So these things, they look tight, but they're actually not too bad. So I'll talk about it as I'm going through it a little bit more. Again, we were just kind of playing around with it. So this bottom gasket, this is what I pulled back more, slid the film in the bottom, and then kind of like shifted it up into place. And what I'm worried about is that along this type of an edge or somewhere in this top corner, it would bunch up. But it hasn't seemed to do that. So, hey, look at that. And use the backing for template on the other side. That is a nice idea, and I think we'll probably do it this time. Let's see what that turns out like. Let's use a template and see how that goes. For templates, if I have a very straight edge, I want to use like a factory straight edge on the tint, or I'll have to create my own another way. I'm not going to freehand that. But cool. I'm pretty stoked about that. Hey! No way!
Rodney Rodriguez super chatted $1.99. Hey, Matt used clay bar yesterday and was amazing.
Dang! What a testimony there. Rodney with the 2. Glad you like clay bars, man. That's awesome to hear. How did you make sure you had enough film on the sides and bottom? Did you slide it over? No, these I cut exact. So that you can cut quarter windows like these exact, because like there's all this area and it's like it's all enclosed. So even if you have like a hairline gap that you could maybe see, I mean, when it's pressed up against that edge, you can't see it anymore. You could only tell if you really, really try to like push a tool or something in there. But all the edges, it's like seamed right to the end. Looks good. I'm happy with that. That looks great. Okay, so let's throw some stuff over on the other side, and then we'll cut a template if we can find where we set it. And then we'll see how that lines up on this side. How do you calculate the amount of windows you get out of a 100-foot roll? You just guesstimate. You'll never know exactly. I mean, there's too many things to account for, too. You're probably going to mess up a window, and then that'll throw everything off. You can kind of just take a big general average and just tint over a couple of months, see how much film you use, see how many cars you tinted, and there you go. But for most of it, if you don't make mistakes, you can estimate out of a 40-inch roll, you get about 8 cars. You'll get, like, that's usually sides and back, no windshield. And then out of a 36-inch roll, no, out of a 60-inch roll, you usually get about 12 full cars. Wish cars didn't have quarter glasses. Oh, yeah. Speaking on that, I actually talked to a Chrysler engineer that was here. And he's like, best I can guess, because he had one that had those quarter windows on it. Oh, he had a Blazer. He got his wife a Blazer, and then they had those quarter windows on that one too. And he's like, it wasn't a Chrysler. It was a GM engineer. And he's like, yeah, so he's like, I don't specifically work on the window engineering, but what I can tell you is having a window going straight down here means that you don't have to design a window that's going to have to go down into the channeling here, because they have like the hinges and other stuff there. So they're just doing this to make engineering cheaper, or like the design of the window simpler, so it's easier to manufacture and build and everything like that. So that's probably why they're doing that, according to him. Makes sense. Makes sense. Could be something completely different, but it's like, something money involved. Yeah, probably. All right, so I don't know which way this film is oriented, so we're just going to make a straight edge here. It's nice to have that edge there. Cool. And then where's my... Did we throw it out? We were going to make a template, but if we like threw it out, I don't really know what to do now. Chat, what do we do? Do we punch it up in all of this? I don't think so, but we could have. I think we did. I think we layered the... I think it got mushed in here, so I don't think there's much we could do about a template, so I guess we're going to have to freehand another one. Sorry. Oh, no, I found it. There it is. Dang! Good timing.
Sergio Garcia super chatted $5. You've been very helpful. Appreciate you.
Aw, Sergio with a 5. Been very helpful. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. It's a really nice super chat. Okay, so film. We need to flip this way, right? That's the other thing about templates I don't like, is I have to think too much rather than just throw the film on the window and know which side that it's on. I'm pretty sure it's this way, because then you peel it and then you stick it on the inside. No, that would be... See, this is why I don't do templates. So this way is normal, and then we'd create a pattern for this, so I actually need to flip it this way for the other side. Okay. You're my boy. Dang! Jose!
Jose78 Rios super chatted $4.99. Good afternoon. I see you busy. When you going to make video using the sander?
Thank you for the 5. I don't know, 'cause I'm busy. That's the problem with being busy. You don't know. So I haven't scheduled a day, because here's what I'm expecting to happen. I'm expecting a random day to just be available to do video. And then this past week didn't do that at all. So then no video, because I still got to pay bills. So we schedule cars, and then we also stream. So what I'm expecting is, as we get farther into the fall, we'll probably have a little bit of time to, like, we have more days like that for something like that to happen. But right now, I'm not quite sure. I did mess around with it some. It was cool, and then all of a sudden it wasn't so cool, so I don't know. Hello, Tint Studio, how can I help you?
Yeah, hi. I want to get a call on my vehicle for tinted windows.
Sure, what kind of vehicle?
It's a Dodge Ram Laramie, and I want to tint the entire vehicle.
Did you want the full vehicle with the full windshield?
Yes.
Okay. That was a Dodge.
I want to get a price on that.
Yeah, sure. That was a Dodge Ram, correct?
Yes, a Dodge Ram Laramie.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Including the back windows, the screen squared windows in the back.
Right. Yeah, we actually just had a brand new Ram in this morning. So we have a few different options as far as films go. I didn't know if you were looking for something with more heat rejection or not. So the prices vary based on the film grade that you go with. Did you have anything in mind? We have a dyed, a carbon, and a ceramic.
I have no idea. It's my brother's. We just got it a couple days ago. I don't know how dark or I don't know how he wants it to be, but
Okay.
how much you start with.
Sure. So our entry-level pricing on that would be $370. That's with a color-stable dyed film. Up from there, you would be at $480 for carbon, and then $600 for ceramic. So basically, a brief summary of the differences. Like, you can mix and match and pick any shades that you want in any of the different film types that we have. So you can go lighter or darker in any of those film types. But the higher you go as far as film grades, the more heat rejection. So the more infrared light that it blocks out of the car.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Okay, I get it. I will let him know. What time are you guys open until today?
We're open till about 5 o'clock today.
Okay, I'll give you a call. Obviously, we're not gonna bring it today. We'll probably schedule with you to see when you're available, and then I will give you a call back.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, our earliest available is sometime mid next week right now.
Perfect, no problem. This actually works for us too.
Okay, sounds great.
Thank you so much.
No problem. You have a good one.
You too. Thanks. Bye.
I'm noticing the one problem with a watch is it's got a microphone on it. So I was gonna pull this and get started on this quarter window, but then it was gonna be like stupid loud. And I don't wanna just be like, thanks for calling. Came for the photochromic tint. Glad I came to stay back for more videos. Oh, no way. That's so cool. Welcome. Glad to hear it. Oh, I have a small update on the photochromic tint. I don't know if I'll make a follow-up video to it. The photochromic tint doesn't like heat. So, whoa! Thank you. Quick question about Tint Whiz. All right, we will make sure we answer that.
Hey man, nice shot, super chatted $5. I love you.
Hey man, nice shot with the 5. I love you. Whoa. Thank you for the 5. But that's where the super chat ends. That's where that ends. I'm sorry. Thank you so much. Okay, so a question about Tint Whiz. I want to make sure I answer that. Are there any features in the software which isn't available if used in the UK? You can change. Also, can you change it to metric? I don't know if you can change it to metric. I haven't looked. I don't think they're. You know, the texting is the one thing I'm not sure of because they will do like text reminders and stuff like that. So the best way to actually find out is they have 30-day free trials, and they have an amazing support staff. So you can actually just download it and mess around with it for free, and then ask them any number of those questions too. So that one, I'm sorry, I wish I did know. I'm just not sure about the differences. So definitely ask them. But you can also try it out for free. And they're super nice. I think they said they have a button that keeps making it free. So they've been an amazing company for everybody in the industry. Like not just like people like me. They like have legitimately like any tint shops, anybody that has questions, they've been sending out all types of stuff to help support people. I mean, they're just all in all a really, really positive company. So really, really good people there. Template. Looks like the template's been going okay, I think. Ooh, actually, maybe not. Who told me to do a template? Okay, explain this to me. This edge lines up here. This edge falls short here a little bit too much. So while you could probably get away with it somewhat, that's a little bit too far for me. See, this is why I don't like templates always. They're not always one-to-one. Yeah, there's a little bit too much there. We're gonna hand cut this out new. How do I get this out of here now? There we go. It went in and lined up on that edge really well, but my edge was still like, I cut it out to be the exact same size. What the heck? You see what I mean? Sometimes templates they just don't work for me. I don't get it. I'd say that was identical to the liner that we peeled off, but one of these days it'll work out. No, it did work out for another window. I had to do it on an F250. So we got enough here, right? So let's just, and then we'll square off one of these edges. It was like mostly passable. It was just a little too short there. So if I was trying to rush through it, you could get away with something like that. But when you're kind of like looking for it, you can definitely notice there's some inconsistencies there. And I didn't like that. So there's that. And then maybe what we can do is then line this up on this edge and then cut my other edges and see how that all goes. Because that just needs to be straight, so that'll be mostly okay. All right, let's just do that. Maybe it'll make it a little easier on us. TintWiz works worldwide. Glad to hear it. I can't think of the only thing I wasn't sure of is like the texting. I didn't know if there'd be like with the appointment reminders and stuff. I didn't know if there'd be an issue with that. Son of a bitch. Oh, I'm so over these. All right, let me cut out a new piece. Apparently, just getting a dumb template is the part I have the biggest headache with. I didn't push it hard enough in that corner, so I had the exact same problem with my own freehand template. Good God. Why don't you use a plotter? Damn it! Okay, so there's some situations, like if the plotter pattern's lined up really well there, yeah, it'd be a breeze, no problems. Because you can see Some of these aren't the easiest things to cut out. I don't like plotters for most things. So when you freehand a top edge, you get a much better top edge, and you know you can always rely on it. Like, you always know what you're gonna get. With a plotter, I can cut out a set of doors, and then the leading edge will be short, bottom edge could be short. Like, any one of the edges could be short, and I don't know until I've already cleaned it, cut out the film, installed it, and then I run into some issues. That's what drives me absolutely crazy with plotters. There was one really good software that I was like, this is solid. I could get used to this. They restored my faith in plotters, and then they locked down the software to that particular film. And I'm like, ah! I was just curious. It's a sensitive topic here. I used to get asked about it like multiple times every stream. Well, that's how they broke into the market more. So they were a software company. They were doing PPF. Anybody could get PPF from them, and then they started locking down. They allowed window film, and they wanted to basically be like an all-encompassing automotive film company. And then they just, they did some numbers crunching, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to let anybody use their software anymore. They have to use XPEL film. Sorry, it's XPEL. So they went from being like a everybody can use me type of company. They saturated the market enough, and then they started reeling back in. Not super fond of that, but it worked. Shit, they weren't even a window tint company. And then they started offering film. And then they offered their software for really cheap, and then everybody that grew accustomed to it, they're just like, nope. So that's not even like, I don't think the worst part even. Like, that really sucks, but the part that really is annoying on top of it is that they're territorial too. So like, let's say you were one of their dealers, and there's just a bigger dealer in the area. Well, they then take you off their dealer list. So if you were happy with them and you were installing their film, you no longer could install their film. And then, therefore, by extension, could no longer use their software either, because they're trying to create a much bigger brand presence. So, sorry, you're too small for us. But yay! So now this edge goes much closer. Ooh, we gotta fix that just a little. There we go. Just up a smidge. So now we're a lot more seamless with everything. And that's how we spend 7 hours on some quarter windows. They tucked in really easily though, actually. Once you got your pattern size right, it's usually opposite. It's usually easier to get a pattern size, and then tucking it in is the difficult part. Tucking these in is actually not bad. If it's sized right, even if it's a little oversized, it wouldn't be bad. But yeah, everything's really, really easy on that one to get into place. So just focus on your pattern. Once you get that, the rest of it, you're golden. Sweet, looks good. Awesome. Now we just got 2 more to do. These ones are a little bigger though. I expect these ones are going to be easier. So we're going to cut off a piece of 5, and then we're going to cut out our quarters because we'll have extra film from this roll right here. Stay. And then we'll do the back glass last, which should be like the easiest window to do now compared to these fun little quarter windows. While cutting the full side windows, do you cut the top flat, shift both sides? Do you cut the bottom flat with a seal, or leave a little overhang at the bottom? Cut the sides, cut the top flat. I'm trying to understand. It's a little tricky over text when cutting the full side windows. Do you cut the top flat, shift both sides? Do you cut the bottom flat with a seal, or leave a little overhang at the bottom? So I leave a little overhang on all the edges. So when I cut a side edge, I shift it over. Then I cut the other side, shift it back, so I have like 1/8 of an inch overlap on both sides. And then I pull it down, and I'll have 1/8 of an inch overlap. Oh, no, sometimes like a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch to like a 1/2 inch overlap at the bottom. But there'll be overlap on all sides, and then you cut your top edge. So let's give this a little chop here. Chop. Set that there where we're going to forget. Now we're going to do the same with these. Cut them exact because there's really nowhere to cut them or nowhere to tuck them as much. So we'll just get it really, really close. In areas that have, like, with the front quarter, areas that have, like, the rubber that just kind of jutters straight down, like, kind of like Jeeps do the similar thing. They have more of a seal that just kind of pops out, not like a smooth edge or anything like that. I'll take the edge of the film and just try and put it to the very end of that. So it just already gives you an easier way to cut these out, so the film's not all bunching up in that corner. So when I go to cut this, I don't have a bunch of film that's all bunched up here. It's all kind of like laid down. But if I go this way, all my film's gonna like try and press in there. So you gotta be a little, you could cut around this way, but you kind of want to try and cut close enough where you get like a relief. And then the film starts to like relax as you're dragging your blade through like the corner. So it's not all like, yeah, like I said, it's not all bunched up there. Because if it bunches up, you'll have an ugly old corner. And you won't be happy about it. So we can do that. Yeah. We're going to guesstimate that top one. Little that. Where's that? There's that. And then this one, we know we can over round it a little bit because of the way it was shaped. And then maybe we can get it to tuck in a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. Similar to the other one. Where it'll all kind of like line up in its own unique way. And hopefully we have enough room and space, I think we do, that this one's not going to be much of an issue. Silly quarter windows though. These ones just, they're just time consuming. But yeah, see how easy that rubber pulls back a little bit, if you can? That's nice. I was thinking of maybe shrinking this a little bit, and then I didn't. I don't think, you don't have to, but I don't think you have to. But it's like, probably would have been helpful just to do it a little bit. When I see those little fingers, it's like, it'll be close. Should be all right though. Well, that seemed to go well. Nice. Yeah, that looks good. Sweet. We did another one. So same thing with the other side. But yeah, this is really easy to tuck in, just like the fronts are. Cut them exact, layer them in, everything matches up pretty spot on. I didn't even have to try and shift this back, just flush out all the edges. And this one, I don't know. I'm guessing because it's a less expensive Nissan. Sometimes the more expensive you get with the cars, like on a Lexus, they just have like, I don't know, tighter rubber seals and stuff. So these ones just, I don't know, just the way they made them, just looser. So it makes it easier for tinters. So annoying design that should be difficult, but honestly, once you get your pattern cut, easy. Easy peasy. Now you know. What are we doing? There it is. Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you we'd put the film there and then we'd forget that we put it there? So we got one more to cut out. Then we got that back window to do. And we'll be all set. What time is it? 3:10. So I told them it'd be done about 4 o'clock. Sweet. Sweet. Gonna line that edge so it gives us a little bit of an easier time when we go to cut it. Tack everything down. And then just cut it as exact as you can. So when you go to push your blade in here, try and like, don't rest it against the glass and then cut in. Try and like already press it in. So cause sometimes the way I used to do it, I used to get notches. Also, I'm right-handed, so some of these cuts are easier to just start here and then go back the other way. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, like this. I can get up here a little bit easier now. And then we'll go fix up all our little rounds. Why do you put, oh, I missed that one. Why do you put tape on the seals? Control the dirt. Yes. Yeah, even with rubber seals, they're still dirty, and they come in dirty. So you can roll them down and take a towel and kind of wipe everything off. Or you can also roll them down and just fresh seal. It's something we've been doing a lot lately, and I gotta say, I don't have any more random speckle issues. Like sometimes there'll be like a couple that fall in, and then every once in a while you'll have like that trail that follows that like 2-stage seam. Especially when it comes to like dirty cars and stuff, like ones that have been down a dirt road. We're gonna shrink this one. Just a little bit. That's as much as I would have shrunk the other side, but didn't need to. But just because you don't need to doesn't mean it's not good. So we did it. So yeah, we'll just in the habit of taping everything now, and I just love the way that all my edges look now. It's just, they were clean before, but now they're like consistently that much cleaner. How much was the snap flooring? I bought it in 2 different times. It's like $4-ish a square. It's like just a little shy of like 25 by 25. So it's definitely not the cheapest to do, but it's not too bad for flooring. What does the text-to-speech sound like? Oh, it's so fun. It's very similar to just Microsoft Sam. It's gotten a little better, but it's basically what it sounds like. Good Lord, this one is not sliding. There we go. It is sliding, it's not pinching in any point, it's just the whole thing is kind of like sluggish when I'm trying to scoot it. Some more grip. Edge looks good, sweet. We don't have to shift it anymore. Careful of that. Every once in a while, if I have to go take care of a client, I'll put text-to-speech on. If you remind me, I can show you at the very end. But yeah, it's pretty robotic. Tried to make a fun voice, but with technical reasons it wouldn't work. Too much. It uses like the Microsoft voices, so whatever Microsoft voices there are, I can use, and I can't use anything else. Sweet! I feel much better about this job now. I was just like, I knew we'd get the quarter windows done one way or another, but I just flashbacks to like some Subarus and some Lexus that haven't been super fun, and we've had to cut them out quite a few times just to try and install them right. And in this case, installation went really, really well on those, so I'm happy. I'm happy that the installation part went really, really clean, simple, and next one I'll get, if we ever get another one, it'll be really, really straightforward to do. So I'm going to pick up the scraps and then we're going to do the back window. Once we do the back window, that's it. No windshield on this one. I haven't done a windshield. Oh, no, never mind. I did one this morning. I had a full ram with the windshield this morning. I didn't stream that one, though. There's a bit of a rush situation. It was scheduled at 9, and I don't know. I don't know how it got scheduled at 9. He asked for 9, and then it just got scheduled at 9, but I don't know if we asked if he could be scheduled at 10 or anything, because we open at 10. So I get a phone call like 5 minutes before 9 that I ignored because we're like not open yet. I'm still waking up. I haven't had coffee. And then we get a text saying like, hey, where do I park? It's like, uh-oh. Somebody's there early. Fun. Fun, 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 fun. All right, stay. So I went a lot more in depth on a charger. So I don't know. There's a couple of videos that I can post tomorrow. One of them might be that soon enough. It was a really good shrinking demo though. I have a few different videos on the list that I could pull and post. I don't know, but there'll be something. Probably tomorrow about 9 is usually when I can do something like that. Photochromic tint in like the heat. Yeah, oh my God. Of all the things, was not expecting this. Left my car sitting outside in the sun yesterday. Went out to it. The window is like super clear. And I kind of noticed this the other day, where leaving it in the heat, it seemed like it was lighter. But then I drove it, and then it darkened up, and I was really, really confused. I'm pretty sure the photochromic tint is almost completely done already, inside of a week. It looks like when that film gets hot, it loses all its coloring. So like, if it was in the shade and you pull it into the sun, the glass is still cool. It works fine. It just looks really ugly and purpley when it changes to a really strong color. But if you just leave it out in the sun, or you were to put it on your sunroof or something, it just like cooked the color clean out of it. I don't know. It had a high IR rating. Yeah, it does. So it not only boasts heat rejection, but it also changes. And apparently, the changing, or like, it's not made for heat. What gives? I don't know. There it is. So in my video, I said my main concern is I don't know how long it'll last. Looks like about a week. So it's still got like a little bit of color in it, but it doesn't seem like it has a lot left. I thought I was gonna get like spotty or something. I didn't expect it just to like turn completely clear because of temperature, but that's the thing. That's the thing with all these, like, you never really know until you start messing around with them. But when I say like there's good reasons why I use like the film that I use, and then people ask me like, oh, there's this one, it's less expensive, or this one has a better IR rating, or you know, it's like, yeah. Yeah, there are like things on paper and initial things that look really, really good. However, they don't always hold up. Thought you were gonna say your window shattered. No, I've had like good geoceramic on there, and yeah, this stuff blocks like a little bit more IR when you put it like on a meter and stuff. Side by side comparison, like you're talking like, okay, so I start the meter at like 300, and then it goes down to 150, and then with ceramic it drops down to like 80, and then it drops down to 50. So really the difference between 80 and 50, it's kind of hard to tell, especially with ambient temperatures. So if it's like 85 degrees outside, I'm kind of like, you know, it's still hot outside. Is this better? Maybe. It's close enough where you're not really going to notice a difference. It's like putting 20 versus 15. It's like you can kind of see a difference, but it's so close, sometimes it's hard to tell. So heat rejection was still good. I could definitely feel like it was like a ceramic, but yeah. As far as I know, it's basically just 70% ceramic now. With a tinge of tint every once in a while. But out in the heat, nope, it's not gonna hold. So I was actually in a bit of a pickle because I have this film. Actually, I got a few. So these guys right here. I have, look, I've got Black Magic cling film because it was next to all the other ones. And then I have 2.5%, which is 50% darker than my 5%. And then I have the nano ceramic 20%. So I didn't know what window I was going to install the ceramic on. Well, now I know I'm just going to pull that stuff off and install it. And then I'll give my thoughts on Black Magic's take at ceramic tint, which it's probably fine. It's like what I'm assuming is it's probably fine, kind of annoying to work with, will block some heat, and I don't know exactly how long it'll last, and it'll probably be a little bit hazy. That's probably going to be the summary of the video. But, you know, you never know until you start putting that film on a car, and maybe it's amazing. So we'll see. But the purpose of it is really like, hey, I got a car, I want to tint my front doors in ceramic. Oh, cool. Now I have a better option. So is this worth buying if I'm looking to get a ceramic, I guess? That's kind of the question to answer. Is it okay probably not, people probably aren't looking at it to be the best, but is it okay? Ooh, we have a third brake light too, so definitely need a bulldozer. Where's my, there it is. Hop, hop, hop. We have a restock on a 70% ceramic. I can check for you. I didn't realize it was out of stock. That's no good. Film and vinyl have been like, whew. I do not envy film companies right now. Just getting enough material is really tough right now. Oh yeah, I gotta take that. So with this brake light, get yourself one of these guys, bulldozer. Literally that. I mean, a little bit more than that, but bulldozers, they make your life easy. All right, almost sprayed. I mean, it is pretty sprayed. One more little bit, and then we'll peel this back window, and we just got a little bit of touch-up to do, and then we're good. Where are you guys located? We are in Sterling Heights, off of Mound Road near 18. Almost 8 Mile, just 18 Mile. We're 10 miles up. Yeah. So these headrests, they don't pop out. They're just sewn into the rest of the seat. They're not too bad. They get in the way a little bit, but not much. A little farther, a little farther. Yeah. What extension cords? Oh, nothing fancy. I don't have anything crazy with extension cords. They're just green. Most of them are just like bright green because I was able to find bright green ones locally, so I got them. I've been thinking about putting some reels in so I don't just have the one wrapping around the whole car, but I haven't got around to it yet. I can't really hang them from the ceiling though, because I've got this big overhead diffuser, and I don't want to cut a hole in it. So I'd have to put something on the wall, or else I'd probably have a couple of drop-down ones that aren't too far off. Cool. And we're gonna scrub it. We're gonna check it. Good. Seems like it. That went nice. Like I said, everything else on it's really, really straightforward. They just comp everything with the quarter windows, but I guess they're not too bad. What does it mean when the back window has residue? Is that normal? Yeah, pretty normal for used vehicles. So all it means is like, I mean, if it's the way I'm thinking of it. I think of residue as, I mean, really, that's what it is residue. So I guess it could mean a couple of things. So either you pulled in a car and there's a lot of like kind of just scuzzy residue on it. So it's just like just general scuzz that needs to be wiped off. Oh, from the solution? Oh, it's just something that didn't get wiped off that dried onto the window. So then you just wipe it off. That's all it means. Nothing crazy. Cool. Oh, this looks good. Yeah, this turned out really nice. I love this lighting too. I'm looking for anything really. No, that looks good. Jeez. Whenever like I get a super clean window, like I'm always like, even door window, quarter window, back window, any of the windows that I do, whenever they're just, you know, when you're done with them and they're super clean, you always just like half take a second, especially when you're done with it. You're just like really proud of the work that you did. It's always a good feeling. So that's what you're aiming for. So whenever you aim for that and you make it happen, it's just like, ah, cool. Looks good. They'll be really happy with this. Because that's the goal. Make your clients happy with the work. And you did your job. Doesn't matter too much how long it took. I mean, you gotta make it work as a business. But at the end of the day, if you can take a step back, look at it and go, yeah, that turned out really good, and then your clients are stoked about it, it's your job. Can I use Windex? Yes. Yes, Windex is totally fine. Just make sure it says ammonia free. So this is the glass cleaner that I like to use. Works really, really well. World's best glass cleaner. It legitimately is a very good glass cleaner. And they put these nice little spray tops on them. They're just, they used to have caps, now it's just that, super easy. But just make sure it says ammonia free on the bottle, and you can use whatever brand of glass cleaner that you like. So we actually have to wipe this off, so. Oh, that one's damp. That one's damp too. Where's my, oh, it's over in the junk pile. Not junk pile, but it's behind the wall. It's over here. This is, if you ever wondered what's behind the wall, a lot of this. It's getting cleaned up very soon, but there you go, for those of you that hung out here. It's not completely clean here. Which, you can see that kind of shit over there. But, like I said, sometimes you only have so much time in a day. You spend it all on tinting, and then other things fall behind. Do you ever try the can of spray tint? Yeah, the nightshades. Nightshades for taillights is actually really good when it's applied right. I've been really impressed with some people's results from it. They've done a very good job. I didn't think it was anything special. And then I saw a guy that actually kind of like had some experience with it, believe it or not. And I was like kind of blown away. And I've seen some other customers come in that have done a really good job too. Yeah, nightshades for taillights. You can do a good job. The cool part about it too is that if you ever want to remove it, you take some lacquer thinner and then it'll wipe off. I don't know how long it'll last, like a couple of years down the road. I'm not sure, but I know it's when it's applied right, it's really good. Scary. A little bit. Seeing how, yeah, just leave it. There's like a little bit of extra water here that I kind of like want to take care of, but I probably should just leave it. It's already, most of it's tacked up enough. There's just a couple of small spots that just had some extra water pulled up, but most of the edges are already locked down. Whoa! No! Thank you, though.
Malg20s super chatted $4.99. Do double 5%.
R Malg 20. Sorry, your name's a little hard to pronounce. Thank you so much for the 5. No, we're not doing double 5. Also, this job cost a lot more than, no offense, than your $5, so you gotta pony up about $445 more dollars. To make that work. And then bring in your own vehicle, because I won't do it on this one. So we're just making sure all the edges are locked down. There'll be like a little spot or two. Just try and touch them up as best as you can. And then some of those edges might have like a little, like, especially where we had that cut that went that way. If it didn't go completely smooth, you'll have a little bump from it that you can heat up and press down. That's what I'm making sure is all down. Checking all the sides too. So water is okay? Yeah, absolutely. So you want to try and get out most of the water, like as much as you can. The window's wet, you squeegee it. But yeah, every vehicle that I deliver, I let every client know, leave your windows up for a couple of days. And it'll all dry out and you'll be good to go. If you have any concerns, that's why I'm here. Let me know. Something didn't look like it dried out properly, or you still got water, or let's say there was an imperfection that I didn't catch the first time. Yeah, I'll take care of it. This morning, actually, I had an Audi. Actually, we took care of it in the afternoon, right before this appointment. A couple days ago, I did a set of doors on an Audi, front doors to match the backs. He said, "Yo, dude, I don't know what this is, but I think there's a small scratch or a hair. I can see it on the inside." It's down by where the mirror is, and then had a nice opening. Well, I did the first one, and then in between this appointment and the next one, it was a good time. Good timing. He had a little hairline scratch right down there on the inside. It's hard to see if you're kind of not looking for it. But it would have been caused from like a tri-edge or one of the other tools I was using at the bottom, most likely like a tri-edge. It could have picked up like a small piece of grit, or it was just went over it a little bit too much with it or something like that. It was a little worn. I don't know, but something like that. Put a little scratch in the film, and then I redid it. No problem. It's all good. Stuff happens. But yeah, all the water dries out. That's the long way of saying that. So we gotta fill time. We're pretty much done though now. Just a few more. We're just gonna kind of walk around the whole thing, but we'll give a good walk around with the windows or with the doors closed, and then put the seats back. Everything will be good, and then we'll be done. We'll be done for the weekend. Oh, I know your heat gun is Wagner, but what are the details? So the details it's a $20 to $25 Wagner. It's the cheapest one that they make. And it works really, really well. So feels a little bit like a toy compared to some other heat guns, but the heat output and everything, it's actually really, really good. Highly, highly recommended. So when you use it, just turn it up all the way. But that's what I would tell you to do on every heat gun. So always turn your heat guns up all the way. No certain temperature, just as hot as they get. Sorry, there's a fly there. Not on my car. Cool. So we got the key. Let's close this. And that's what she looks like. So 5% on the back. So you're not going to be able to see through that. And then 20% on the front doors. So you get a nice, you can kind of make out like, you can make out like silhouettes and stuff. So like you can kind of see the steering wheel some. You'll see it a little bit more outside. But yeah, nice. Nice job on this one. Canon. Just finished for my weekend as well. Nice. Woo, it's a good week. How was your week? I was coming into a relatively slow week, and then appointments just kind of kept piling in, and we got a handful already for next week, and definitely for next Saturday too. So we're staying decently busy here. I was hoping for a little of extra time so I could like shoot another video or something, but it didn't happen. Mine was killer. Nice, glad to hear it. Makes sense. Alligator and all, lots of killing. It's flexing any good. You know. Only 12 cars, but did 7K, so I said I did okay. Hashtag humble brag. No, that's awesome. What is it? So that's averaging $583 per tint job. That's awesome. I'm doing a Porsche with Patrick on Tuesday. Nice. What Porsche? I feel pretty good about that. Because my prices have gotten a little better, and we've done a lot with windshields too. So I remember starting out, like, prices was, I didn't want to be too concerned about pricing, but we had a lot of people calling just looking for tint, right? But we've done a good job of kind of eking that up. So, like, even on something like a Versa, I mean, without the windshield, we did $450 on all the sides. My average per car year to date is $408. That's awesome. That's really, really nice. I mean, mine's technically a little bit higher if we count super chats in here too, but you know. Speaking of that, we need to shout some out. Also, you don't have to be a genius to sell heat rejection film in Florida. True. That's a much easier sell in a much hotter state. Summertime has been pretty good here, though. So we've had quite a few people. Like, our average was typically color stable through, like, you know, the beginning. And now I'm just getting way more people asking for carbon or ceramic. And I'm doing a better job of introducing it to people that have no idea about it anyways. So one of the things I've been trying to keep in mind a little recently was, like, I actually asked them what they're looking for. And then they're like, I don't know. I didn't know there was a difference. And then that already, like, they become receptive to hearing about the differences just off of that question. So that's been cool. $450. I got my windshield and whole car done for $200, and it's ceramic. Yeah, but what kind of ceramic? There's lots of ceramics, but if you want a really good ceramic, it's going to cost more than $200, unless the guy is just shooting himself in the foot. I am surprised to see that on a Versa, though, because having this kind of car with that kind of window tint is not the norm. But it also goes to show you that you introduce it to absolutely everybody, because you never know who's going to want it. So they brought in a vehicle yesterday afternoon, and then they brought this one in. Once that ceramic ball gets rolling, the referrals that come in are nice. That'll be really cool. Geo's coming out with a super ceramic too. Did I say that? I think. It should be. So that might start changing things, where ceramic, super ceramic finally. That'll be good. Thanks for info on photochromic film. No way on Tesla roof. No. Not with this stuff. There is other photochromic tints, but the more expensive one that I knew of wasn't as dramatic of a change either. So, like, I'd just stay away from eBay and Amazon and any of those films anyways. So I kind of figured that it wasn't going to be great, but then it was like, oh, this stuff's kind of fun. I don't know how long it's going to work, but this is definitely fun. Well, then a week later, it's already, like, very, very clear. So, whoa! Thank you.
Alligator
We're gonna
Window
shout some
Tint
out,
super
too.
chatted $5. Here is my obligatory super chat.
Here's my obligatory super chat. Thank you so much for the 5. How's your shop coming along? We're going to end here, too, in a minute, but thank you so much for the 5. We had just a little bit of time, so I got to let them know that their car's all set, too. Actually, that reminds me. They're about to lay the slab. Oh, that's exciting. That'll be cool. It won't be till later next year. Yeah, I like to ask for an update anyways. That's got to be fun, though. I mean, just being able to see the whole thing kind of start coming together. That's cool. Would you happen to know which kind of tape you use on the back windshield? I do. It's called Glass Aid. It'll hopefully be in stock, not this week, but then the week after. But
Jose78 Rios super chatted $4.99.
There's a link for it.
Well done, teacher. There is always something to be thankful to. All have nice weekend.
Jose!
And be safe. Arios hasta la vista.
Aw, that was a nice one. Jose with the 5. You always put out good messages. Thank you. Well done, teacher. There's always something to be thankful for. Have a nice weekend. Be safe. Hasta la vista. You have a good one, too. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. You've been a huge supporter of the channel. Thank you. The build out will cost like $30. Like $30. If only. What word of advice do you have for someone who's interested in becoming a tinter? Get some film and just practice. Just get started. You never know if you really are going to like it. I mean, you can overplan it to death just like anything. I have a problem with doing that. But I'll link a cool starter kit. If you watch through some of the last live stream, we actually went through the entire starter kit. And then watch as many people as you can, just like Gator said. Yep. Watch me, Patrick. There's other good tinting channels too. Just watch as much as you can. And get some film, get some tools, and just get started. You don't have to spend a lot of money to even know if you like it or not. Tools. What is it? Starter? Right? Yeah, starter kit. Here, I'm going to link a starter kit too. You can like build your own starter kit. We went through this in the last live stream. But there's a link to like a really, it kind of gives you an overview of like everything that you'd want to use. Like if you're going to get like a nice set for yourself. All in all, probably like $250 worth of tools and then whatever film you want to get. Really not bad. And that's kind of like everything that you'd need. Minus a couple little specialty things, but on the car you saw, which is most cars, everything for it. And with that, we're going to shout out some super chats. So, big shout out to Jose, Alligator, Armalg 20, thank you. Oh God, we got another one. Thank you. If I order Glass Aid, do I get put on the list? There'll be enough. I get about 10,000 rows being
super
worked on.
chatted
There'll be enough.
$5. Enjoy your awesome videos. Have a blessed weekend.
Tim with a 5, thank you so much. Enjoy your awesome videos. Have a blessed weekend. What a nice super chat. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like the videos. We're here to help. Yeah, this has been going really well. We did quite a few live streams this week too. Like this channel, it's like really moving in a good direction. I'm proud to see it. So, with that, thank you Tim, Jose, Alligator, RML20. Sorry, your name's tough. Hey man, nice shot, Jose, Sergio, Rodney, Efren, Daniel, and Dean. Thank you guys so much for all the support today and everybody else. It's just been crazy and really, really exciting to see because it's just we got a nice groove going. We get a couple of cars in, we're booked up, and we can come here live very consistently now. So it's been good. Something that I was crossing my fingers really hard for quite a long time. So it's just kind of working out right now. So it's really nice to see. So now we can just do this. We can have some fun. So I'm hoping to post a video tomorrow, but I'm not quite sure what that's going to be. So be on the lookout for that. We will probably be live again on Monday, though. So keep subscribed. If you like this, give it a like, too. And I will catch you in the next stream. Thanks, my dudes. Have a good weekend. We will see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.